Hello. Alright, I want to go ahead and jump right into this one. Here's the deal. I studied I am an anthropologist, and so I've heard a lot of weird things, read a lot of weird things, and since I've been in Korea, seen some strange things. But I've always been taught, cultural relativism, meaning don't judge a culture by your own standards, judge it by their own. And I tried to. And but while I've been in Korea, I came across one strange thing that just defies logic, defies common sense, defies everything that would make someone reasonable. Before I get into that, the little preface, as Americans, some of us tend to believe in some strange things, Bigfoot, the Champlain monster, crocodiles in the sewers of New York, chupacabra, whatever. Like, we have a lot of strange urban legends, and many people believe them fervently, despite any scientific evidence to the contrary. But the strangest thing I have ever heard, and the most ridiculous, hell, stupid thing I have ever heard, I've since heard in South Korea. So here's the deal. A little while ago, I was sitting at a bar with a couple friends of mine, and we got on the topic of urban legends of some kind. And then one of them asked me if I ever heard of fan death. And I'm like, no, I haven't. And then he proceeded to explain to me what fan death is. Fan death is the belief that if you sleep with a fan on and closed doors and closed windows, you will die for whatever reason. Some people believe I've heard asphyxiation, chops up the air particles, sucks. It creates a vacuum and therefore sucks away all the air and all this other stuff. Now, of course, that's pretty ridiculous. Who would believe that? Well, doctors back up that belief. They believe it, and the media reports on it. In fact, I just read a story that back in 2006 or something, there was a heat wave, and the media said that there had been 10 confirmed cases of fan death. Now, why is it that none of us anywhere else in the world have ever encountered this? Of course, it's something to think about. And I've asked people. I've asked my students, my co-teachers, and other people that I just happen to come across, and they all believe it. With a straight face, they'll tell me, like, no, it's true, it's true. And of course, when I tell them that I sleep with a fan on, right over there, every night, they look at me like I'm a daredevil, or they look at me like I'm lying. Now, I thought I'd share that with you. That is the strangest thing I have ever heard. And it's, I can't even, words just don't even come to mind about what I could possibly say about it. But I'm not making this up. People believe this in South Korea. A good number of people in South Korea believe this. But I sleep with my fan on every night. Hopefully I'm not cheating death for some reason. And if you're curious to know more, just go to Google, type in fan death. I've come across tons of stuff. There's a Wikipedia entry, even though it's Wikipedia, stick with a grain of salt. You can go to fandeath.net. Go to YouTube, type in fan death, and there's people, telling stories. I saw one of this girl her father's Korean, she's Korean as well, but she's, fully Americanized. And her father apparently went crazy when she tried to sleep with the fan on in her room one night. And no. I just can't really, yeah. I'll talk to you later.